Yo guys, what is happening? My name is God Disciple and welcome to another DCUO video. So, in today's video guys, I am going to be showing you my quantum controller loadout for PvE. That is a really big mouthful. That was really difficult to say. But today, yep, it is going to be my quantum controller build. So, the video is going to follow the normal format. So, I'm going to start off by showing you the power points, the skill points, the gear and mods, the loadout, and finally with the rotation. So follow it step by step. I hope it does help you out. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I also recently uploaded a DPS build for Quantum, also for PvE. I'll put a link in the description for that one, so check it out, leave a thumbs up on it as well. But yeah, let's get cracking with the video. So first up guys is the power points. So with Quantum you have two power trees, time and space. So in the first tree, time, you want to select Tachyon Burst to start with, go down to Temporal Extortion, go left to Time Shift, right to Time Bomb, in the middle you have Quantum Tunneling, down and left you have Anomaly, down and right you have Tachyon Blast, and then at the bottom right you have Distortion Wave, and at the bottom left you have Warp Barrage. And then in the space tree you want to get Gravitonic Field, and then Lift, which is down and right, and then down and right again is Event Horizon. You should then be left with 3 power points, so you want to get your 2 controller one. First one is Intimidating Gaze, that gives you the dominance. And the next one is Wisdom of Solomon, which gives you the vitalization and power. You'll have one left over. You can either put that in Weapons Expert for the critical attack chance, or Tactical Genius for the attack damage. I'm not really too fussed, so I just put it in the damage for that one. So next up in the guide is your skill points. So first things first guys, you cannot blame me. You cannot blame me at all if you forget to do this. I'm telling you now, go into your movement mode and get it straight away before you do anything else. There is nothing worse than forgetting about this bad boy, so get it straight away. After that, you're obviously going to go into your weapons. So as a controller, I would strongly recommend that Brawling is the best weapon. The reason for this is the weapon mastery. Brawling goes into martial arts, and that will go into the shuriken when you are doing the range moves. This combo gives you so much power back from the hits from the weapon. It is just absolutely worth it going for it. I would probably recommend it for a healer as well, but controller build, go for Brawling. If not, go for your preferred weapon, but you want to be getting a weapon that you can get a lot of hits off very quickly, so you're building that power back for yourself. But with actually putting your skill points in, what you should always do is get the power heal crit first of all of each weapon. So in each tree it looks a little bit different. So for example, in the Brawling tree it is with the first level under dominance. In the bow it is in the first level under power, and in the dual pistol it's in the first level under vitalization, and it goes like that all the way through the weapons. So then once you've got that, you then want to be getting your vitalization. Vitalization is the most important thing for giving power back to your team. So make sure that you've got as much vitalization as you can as well. And then after that, you want to be getting power. Now, what you want to be doing is making sure that you are putting at least 20 skill points in as many of the trees as you possibly can, so that you can get the bottom level. This is where you can get power and vitalization, and this is where you're going to get the most amount from both of those stats. So yeah, just to summarize, I'd say pick Brawling, get the power heal crits, then go for vitalization, then go for power, and then get the bottom tier of power and vitalization. Next up is the gear and mods. Now obviously with PvE, the higher gear you've got, the more stats that you're going to get from it. So grind your gear, and the more top tier gear that you've got, the more power you're going to be giving back to your squad. So obviously, there you go. I've got the top tier gear. There's a couple of pieces that I'm missing in Elite, so I haven't modded them yet, but when I do get the Elite pieces, I will mod it. Now with the mods themselves, with the blues, you want to be getting the affinities, so you want to be putting in Vitalization and Dominance. Like I said, I haven't got the Elite pieces yet, so I haven't modded them just yet, but Vit and Dom is what you want. Now in the yellows, obviously just go straight Vitalization on those, fairly straightforward, but in the reds, you want to be going for Vitalization and Precision. The reason for this is because the most amount of damage that you're going to be doing is with your weapon so that you can build power back. So precision obviously equals weapon damage, so if you want to be doing more damage, you're going to want to have precision in there. You've also got the vitalization in there, so when you're getting the Vit back, you're getting as much Vit as you can as well, so it's not worth just putting straight precision in there. And with that, you get the affinity, so for example, in this one, you get the 10% critical power magnitude. White mod wise, it's fairly straightforward when you're looking through them, but in the weapon, you want to get replenishing adapter. In the neck, you want to get escalating replenishing procs V. In the chest, oh sorry, I've messed up the back. In the back, you want, well, I've put breakout regeneration. There's not really a fantastic one in there for controlling. In the chest, you want to get extended supercharge. I'll go on to that in a second. In the feet, I can never say this. I'm just going to say inertial innovation. If that's wrong, sue me. But with this, my movement mode is running. What is it? Super speed, that's it. So if you double tap, you get some power back from it, so it's worth having that in there. And in the hands, I've got max damage, so when you're in controller role, you get the 10% damage increase after you've used a superpower, so it's worth having that in there as well. So yep, get the top tier gear that you can, get the affinities, and put the white mods in, which is for controller. So we now move on to the loadout. Now, all you experienced trolls out there will notice that I picked a lot of power points, but there is a reason for this. First of all, I'm just going to show you what my general build is when I'm going to be going into basically any content. So first of all, we have Gravitonic Field. We then have Temporal Extortion. We then have Time Shift. We then have Event Horizon. We then have Quantum Tunneling. And we then have Warp Barrage. So what each of these powers are, you've got Gravitonic Field. This is your power over time. This is going to give power to you and 3 of your group mates. Oh, not 3 of your group mates, to all of your group mates as you are going along and doing your other builds. So you always want to have this going. This symbol is shown as a lightning flash under your name in the top left corner. This ticks 5 times as a little tip for you guys. Recast this on the 5th tick of power over time and you'll get a double pot tick. Next up is Temporal Extortion. This is your power dump to the group. This is where it gives 3 power to the most fatigued group member. So this will only give power to the 3 people in your team which has got the less mana. Next up we have Time Shift. This is the first controller debuff. This will reduce your enemy's defenses. So this is a buff, a defense debuff that you always want to be having going. If you ever hear someone say debuff, mainly they mean this one, and that will be coming from the DPSs as well. Next up is Event Horizon. This is a 50% supercharge, but obviously because of our white mod, that is brought down. I think it's brought down to like 35%. But this basically will give you and your teammates a shield, but it also gives power back to you and your group members as well. So for times of when you are struggling and a team is struggling, it's good to pop this in both scenarios. So if you need a group shield, or if the main priority should be if your team really needs some power. Next up we have Quantum Tunneling. This is a aggro dump. you will always see Quantum players using this. This is where you teleport from one side of the room to the other. I love using this move because of the aggro dump, and it gets you out of sticky position, so it's good to have that one in there. And the final power is Warp Barrage. This is your second debuff that you have in your general build. This will basically reduce your enemy's damage output. It also removes damage roll buffs as well, so if your tank's taking a beast in, it's good to have this one on there as well. I always make sure I have the defense debuff up, but if obviously I've got a bit of power spare, then I can put this one on as well. Now, the reason why I selected a lot of other powers as well is really just out of convenience. This is going to be the basic build that you're going to be going in with, but with the other powers that I have selected, you have some options as well. So I would always keep the defense debuff on. I would never ever take that off. That is essential. The only one that I would ever possibly swap out is the damage output debuff. Now, there's a couple of things that you can swap this around with. For example, if you are going against a boss which likes to heal himself, because I selected Anomaly, this is a healing debuff. So this will reduce the target's ability to heal. So especially if you've got someone which is popping themselves back up and you're going into a boss fight and you know this is going to be happening, you can quickly swap this about in your loadout without having to think, oh crap, I didn't respec. But I also put Distortion Wave in there as well. And the reason for this is because this is a very, very good big area stun. So if there's a lot of adds around, you can then take full advantage of your dominance that you've got as being a controller, and you can stun a big squad of enemies just so that they're not running around the place. But yeah, like I said guys, the normal build that I would go in with is with the defense debuff and the damage output debuff. So finally guys, we are onto the rotation. Now I say rotation, there's not really that much of a rotation for controlling. It's fairly straightforward. So you always want to have your power over time going, so that was the first move in the build. So there you go, like I said, you have got the green lightning bolt under your name. That shows that power over time is active. Like I said, on the 5th pot tick, you can't see it now because I got full power, but on the 5th pot tick, you basically want to recast that, or if you do miss that tick, then as soon as you see that that's gone, like now, I'll just recast it again, and then the squad has got power over time going, and that's keeping everyone juiced up. With the second move, obviously it is the power dump move. Now I will always be doing this. Obviously if your squad has got full power, then you can be a bit slack with it. You don't have to worry too much about constantly doing it. You can get away with doing that, but it's just not efficient. With your defense debuff, so that's the 3rd power in the build, always have that going. You can see under the target's name that it's got the red shield. That shows that the defense debuff is active, and then as soon as it goes, you can then just recast it again. I'm going to skip the supercharge, but next up is Quantum Tunneling. So that is obviously the best move for Quantum. It's why everybody goes Quantum, come on, it just looks epic. I would always suggest using this if, like say, ads target you, or if a boss randomly decides he wants to jump on you. If there's some AoE on the floor and you need to get out somewhere quickly, don't worry about jumping, Quantum Tunneling, you're gone from it straight away. Like I said, in the loadout part of things, it is an aggro dump, so it will make the ads want to go and target someone else, and you're happy, you can go back into your giving the power to the squad. And then with the damage output debuff, exactly the same as the defense debuff. Obviously you can see underneath the sparring target's name, you can see that the debuff is active when there is the red crosshair there. As soon as that comes off cooldown, boom, straight back into it. So it's fairly straightforward, guys, with controlling. You just basically want to be always doing your weapon mastery, getting the power back. You've just seen a sneaky tip what I've just done there. I will usually cast all of my powers and clip it with the power dump move. So you see when I cast the power over time move, it's got the cooldown, I'm stuck in the animation. You can clip that with the power dump move, so it looks like this. Obviously it costs more power to do the power dump move that way, but it's just straight back into it, and you're giving power at the same time as, even if when you're debuffing, you're giving power back and you're not just stuck in animations. So it is efficient, but you are costing more power that way. And then obviously with the supercharge, you just cast it when your squad has not got very much power and you're in need of a shield. Either of those situations and you'll be fairly fine. With the white mod in there, you can see from looking in at the actual loadout, and with brawling and martial arts, the supercharge regens really quick. So happy days. So there we go then, guys. That is my quantum controller build for PvE. Controlling is very straightforward, to be honest with you. You just want to be making sure that in your build you always have your power over time, your power dump, your 2 debuffs, your supercharge, and then an aggro dump move or a shield. But that is it, guys. I hope it did help you out. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. Always love to have a good chat with you guys, so look forward to speaking to you in the comments. But yeah, please do make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.